Mini story for the day of the dead. I arrived in Guatemala on the day of the dead, November 1st. Did I arrive in Guatemala? Yes, I arrived in Guatemala. Where did I arrive? Guatemala, right. I arrived in Guatemala. I arrived in Guatemala on the day of the dead, November 1st. Who arrived in Guatemala on the day of the dead? Right. Asian. I arrived in Guatemala on the day of the dead, November 1st. Did I arrive in Guatemala on November 4th? No, I didn't arrive in Guatemala on November 3rd. I arrived in Guatemala on November 1st. What day did I arrive in Guatemala? November 1st. I arrived in Guatemala on November 1st. Where did I arrive on November 1st? Guatemala. I arrived in Guatemala on November 1st. I arrived in Guatemala on the day of the dead, November 1st. I was curious about this holiday, so I went to the cemetery to see what was happening. Was was I angry about this holiday? No, I wasn't angry about this holiday. Were I sad about this holiday? No, I wasn't sad about this holiday. I was curious about this holiday. You were curious about this holiday? AG. I was curious about this holiday. What were curious about this holiday? I was curious about this holiday. Which holiday were I curious about? Which holiday were I curious about? The day of the dead. I was curious about the day of the dead. I was curious about the day of the dead, or were I curious about Christmas? No, I was curious about the day of the dead. Of course, I was curious about the day of the dead, so I went to the cemetery to see what was happening. Where did I go? To the cemetery. I went to the cemetery. Did I go to the cemetery or did I go to the airport? Easy. I went to the cemetery. Who went to the cemetery? AG. I went to the cemetery. When did I go to the cemetery? Right. I went to the cemetery. When did I go to the cemetery? November 1st. What day of the dead? I went to the cemetery on the day of the dead, November 1st. Why did I go to the cemetery? Well, to see what was happening. I went to the cemetery to see what was happening. Who went to the cemetery to see what was happening? AG went to the cemetery to see what was happening. Where was the cemetery in Guatemala? The cemetery was in Guatemala. What is the day of the dead? Holiday. The day of the dead is a holiday. When is the day of the dead? November 1st. The day of the dead was and is November 1st. So I went to the cemetery on the day of the dead to see what was happening. What I found was quite interesting. Was it boring? No, it wasn't boring. Is it interesting? Yes, it was interesting. The cemetery was interesting. How did I feel about the cemetery? I felt it was interesting or Although it's more interesting. What is boring or what is interesting? It's more interesting. Of course, it's more interesting. What's more interesting? The cemetery. The cemetery was interesting. When was the cemetery interesting? It was interesting on the day of the dead, November 1st. The atmosphere in this cemetery was like a party. Was the atmosphere very sad? No, no. The atmosphere was not sad. The atmosphere was like a party. The atmosphere was very happy. Was the atmosphere sad or happy? The atmosphere was happy. The atmosphere was like a party. What was like a party? The atmosphere. The atmosphere in the cemetery was like a party. Where was the atmosphere like a party? In the cemetery. The cemetery. The atmosphere was like a party in the cemetery. What the atmosphere like party at my house? No, no, not at my house. The atmosphere was like a party at the cemetery. The atmosphere was not like a party in my house. So the atmosphere was like a party. There were people everywhere. Families were sitting around the graves of their dead. A store. Where were the family sitting? Around the graves. They were sitting around the graves. Who were sitting around the graves? The families. The families were sitting around the graves. Were they sitting around the tree? No, they weren't sitting around the tree. They were sitting around the graves. So, where were they sitting? Around the graves. Families were sitting around the graves of their dead actors. Were they sitting around the grave of the dead ancestor? Yes, yes, they were sitting around the grave of their dead ancestor. Were they sitting around the grave of their friends? No, no, they were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. Who were sitting around the graves? Families were sitting around the graves. Though was were graves were they interest sitting around? Whose graves were they sitting around? Yes, their dead ancestor, their ancestor graves. They were sitting around the grave of their dead ancestor. Were they sitting around the grave of the dead ancestor or the graves of their friends ancestor? They were sitting around the graves of their dead ancestors. They cleaned the graves and asked French flowers. Who cleaned the graves? The families that did they asked. They asked French flowers. fresh flowers. Did they add food? No, no, they didn't add food. Did they add money? No, no, they didn't add money. They add fresh flowers. What did they clean? They cleared the ways. Who? Whose ways did they clear? The ancestors. They cleared their ancestors' ways. Where did they add flowers? Where? They add flowers to the ways. They cleaned two ways and added fresh flour. Good. I walked, though I came very cemetery and listening to beauty of all the colorful flowers. Where did I walk? Though the cemetery, I walked though the cemetery. Did I walk though the park? Through